Mexico and the United States, and also we have all employees and collaborators from hotels. So welcome all of you. This 2015 has been a consolidation year. We have gotten all of our efforts set in place to get all the foundation for the growth we have gotten. Even or despite all the problems we had in the economic sector, the Fibra Inn has developed quite well, and we have proven that. We have a growth of a double digit in some of the companies, and in 2016 we have some strategic plans. So let's introduce our General Director, Fernando Miguel Arriaga, our CEO. Without any further ado, I will pass the floor to Oscar Caleb. Thank you, Lisette. Welcome to the third annual for Fibra Inn, about concepts rather than data that is already public. In this hotel industry and the value proposal from Fibra Inn. The host is getting more sophisticated by the time, so we need to provide an answer, and we're also getting sophisticated. The hotel industry has made this not a commodity. Why? Because hosts are looking for some memorable experiences. They're looking for those memorable experiences from the process of doing more information, and they have different use. Now we need, it's quite common to do that by internet. It's also getting sophisticated, and also when we if they are going for business purposes or for pleasure purposes, besides the email, they want some entertainment. And they don't ask for regular television. Many of hosts or guests are also getting memorable experiences, and be there and just give me your invoice data or your invoice. A reservation, we need to go to a travel agency that was our expectations were met, and the call centers with the 100 number and Holiday Inn and many others were with 7-digit number telephones, so you can call from this reservation system. In the 90s and at the beginning of the 2000s, we have internet, and then we have the OTAs or online travel agencies, and they start doing all these available. What happened, and we have said a lot of Airbnb because they feel that there is quite a risk in the hotel industry, but we have what happened if there's a whole build and then I turn it into an Airbnb option. Well, authorities and some other hotel chains, they feel that this is unloyal. It's not a faithful competition. 2 days ago, we have the multi-unit host has been closed down in Brooklyn, New York, because they were operating as a hotel, but it wasn't like that. And we have this answer, especially with this unfaithful currency, that Airbnb is really competing with somebody traveling as a family, and that rather than having 3 or 4 rooms in a hotel, they can rent that flat. So that pleasure travel could be affected, or the person that want to have something less expensive because he's going to stay there for a longer period. But those who have a very sophisticated taste, well, that's the area that is not going to be impacted, and that's where we won't have these opposite effects. On the other hand, in terms of the OETAs, we have some mitigation for these threats. First of all, we have new players. You can make some reservations through Google. As you know, that Google is with the highest capitalization company. Accord is also quite amazing. And in the case of Facebook, okay, with the number of users. And the case of Accor, which is a French company, and it also has their own ATA. So we're talking about even Amazon or Apple can do it because they have all the elements to do it. They have this platform of customers, they have the database and the payment methods. So what is going to happen with this? With more competition, and with more competition, make this intermediate cost will be reduced for selling these rooms. But chains have gotten some answers well by getting these loyalty programs, and with this specifically to provide more benefits. But please notice that, let's see the number of members they have in chains where we have more than 50 million members. Guest database is extreme. What are they doing with all these chains? Well, they are providing specific benefits, and also they're channeling through these media. One of the most important changes is giving a better fee if it is made through their web pages and by using this loyalty program. Why? Because if they are not getting, or they are avoiding the cost of an intermediate, and that's the benefit that the guest is getting. We need to remember that the loyalty programs are not for giving these cheap fees, it's to provide more value. That doesn't mean a lower cost. However, the savings is being transmitted to the guests by these programs. And the Wi-Fi, as I was telling you about, the Wi-Fi you have done, or the cancel can be done on the same day, the differently. Also, we have started reservations by promotions, and this very good. All the different guests that we wanted for a weekend getaway, and then we can give them a promotion, maybe an Starbucks and some cute Liverpool. It's gotten very good results. Now by having a very diverse portfolio, diversity in geographically and big inventory, and this gives us a lot of customers to get a because needs they have, all the important intermediates. Chart. We pay the direct sales of 54%. The 10% is then the other 10% of the brand.com chains have their own web pages, and we create a 10%. So among we have the 74% that we don't pay commission, and lower cost for the distribution channel, which is also translated in be noticeable day by day. Also the size of it, we have some scale economies. We have more than 40 hotels in operations, and we're authorizing some other purchases that would allow us to be more efficient. What would happen? Well, with minimum investment, in the case of have development or purchases very selective. We are gonna get it in a very uh, thoughtful way. We have proved that we are above 50, but we are moving on the correct direction. It was a very nice hotel. Holiday Inn Tampico Altamira, even the rate has increased 3% in terms of the last one, the occupancy has increased substantially, and because it was also expanded, the incomes from February could double February last year. And it has also Holiday Inn we have with a very professional team now, and we're getting some 80 rooms. We're adding some passes. Hampton Inn, Galerías Monterrey, done step by step, so we don't affect.
Holiday Inn Express Playa del Carmen. Top five brands around the world. And the technology platforms implemented. Therefore, we're able to offer sophisticated services to have memorable translated in a better mindset for our investor day by Fibra Inn because it offer us a wide vision and what are the opportunities and the challenges we're for the next years. Mentioned in detail all the acquisitions area, keep on buying hotels, and provided us with a more detailed explanation of how the hotels been impacted by our portfolio. The rates keep on having competitive product allows us to cut our overhead costs, especially in spot. Thing that generates an economy in a location, we naturally stable performance that are compared to our portfolio in the third quarter impact. In terms of brand, we are expecting to have with a worldwide recognized brand, or they are compatible with some of the working with. Total, these acquisitions should positively provide to dividends so they make sense as Oscar in that product, but we need to do it with some brains. In Fibra Inn, we